Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of CoinNewsExtra interview session. So today we'll be looking at leveraging technology to transform the mental health sector. So we have an expert, a specialist in this area, who will be helping us to talk about this topic. She has been doing amazingly well with her company, her platform to address this issue. We have Ebere Okonkwo. She is founder MyCarebuddy. Ebere, you are welcome to CoinNewsExtra. The voice didn't come.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure to have you. Thank you for honoring our invitation. So, you've seen what we are facing, the situations that this sector is facing, but I don't want us to go straight to that. But before that, can you tell us about yourself, just briefly?
Okay, so as been said, my name is Ebere Okonkwo, the founder of MyCarebuddy. I'm a mental health advocate. I live and breathe to ensure that everybody gets adequate access to mental health care. Okay, apart from all this, I'm a graduate of political science from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. So, yes, somebody might ask, what is the relationship between political science and mental health? But then that's why I tell you about passion, because you cannot take passion away from a person. So, having studied political science in the university, I still find myself delving into a career on something that I'm very passionate about, which is mental health. And that is the reason why I founded the company, My Care Buddy, with which we are helping to provide mental health care to about as much people as we can. So, yes.
Interesting. We see how important the mental health care sector is when it comes to human lives. So that brings us to what are the challenges this mental health care sector is facing in Nigeria?
Okay, I thank you for this opportunity to talk about this because mental health in Nigeria is still behind, very much behind. It is something that is not accepted and understood in this country. You would bear me witness, both yourself, my host, and those that are listening to me now, how much of spiritualization goes into mental health issues. We have a lot of people that would want to attach issues that have to do with mental health to demons, to spiritual issues, to you understand what I'm saying. So we are not addressing mental health the way we should in Africa, in Nigeria as a case study. So what we are trying to do, myself and a whole lot of other people that are springing forth today, is to make people understand what mental health really is about. It's to make people understand that mental health is something that cannot be relegated to the spiritual affair. That somebody that has some issues with his or her mental health is not a demon, is not possessed by evil spirits. So this, is like the major problem we have, concerning mental health in this part of the world. Also, we have our government not giving adequate time or funding or budgeting to anything mental health, and that's a serious issue.
Interestingly, how people are taking mental health issues to be more of spiritual, why it's something that could be taken care of. So, having understood
Yeah.
that, how are you leveraging? You are the founder of My Care Body. How are you leveraging technology to solve these mental challenges? I can't hear
Where
you
I
again. Okay,
ended.
it's better now.
Thank you very much. I would answer. that question by picking into what I said previously, which is the thing of a lot of Nigerians running away from any discussion that has to do with mental health. So as a result, we have so many people, they would not want to go see a psychiatrist in a psychiatric hospital because they don't want to be attached, they don't want to be identified as having anything to do with mental health and all of that. So what we are doing at MyCareBuddy is we are leveraging on technology by creating a web application that can allow anybody and everybody to access quality mental health care at the comfort of their homes. Now, this is going to really make a lot of people that previously would have not wanted anything to do with mental health care to access it, because right now they don't have to physically go see a psychiatric doctor. You don't have to go see a therapist physically and be numbered above, oh, you are one of them. So they can actually, in the comfort of their homes, their offices, their schools, wherever, get quality mental health care. And that is, the kind of platform we are creating at My Care Buddy.
Interesting I was able to understand when you were making the same. One of the challenges facing the mental health care sector is government not paying much attention. Yeah, so that brings us what should be done for proper mental health care.
Okay, you mean from the government side?
No, generally, what should be done?
Oh, generally, a lot of people should try and come to the understanding that mental health care is something that should not be relegated to the background. Two, because of the setting in which we exist, which is the African, the Nigerian setting, mental health shouldn't always be attributed to spiritual issues. We need to deal with it the way it really is. Just the same way we take care of our physical body, we begin to feel one kind of way. Immediately we go see a doctor, we go see a nurse to take care of ourselves. The same way we should take care of our mind, our mental health, because as a matter of fact, our physical health, our physical well-being depends largely on the state of our mind, on the state of our mental health. Another thing that we can do to help mental health in our society today is people should be very empathetic to one another, because a lot of people are going through different things that you might have no idea. So what I'm trying to say is we should learn to be nicer to people. We should learn to be nicer to people, because okay, it's not a new thing for us to go on social media and begin to see statistics of, oh, one more person committed suicide, oh, one more person took her life or his life. But we could have actually been among the triggers, the people or the thing that led such a person to take such an action. So it could actually come in form of the way we relate to people, the words we speak to people, how you make people feel generally. This might actually seem little, but it goes a long way in helping people achieve a good and proper mental states and mental well-being. So I think these are part of the things that we can do ourselves to help the mental health sphere in our country.
Thank you very much. Lastly, before we draw the curtain on this episode of Crime News Extra Interview Session, so what is the state? We know a pandemic that is rampaging the world. What's the state of this sector, the mental health sector, during this COVID-19 pandemic?
Okay, wow. During this COVID-19 pandemic, mental health really, really went down in the world, in the global world. But I would use Nigeria as a case study. This is not far-fetched because as a result of the COVID-19, the eruption of the pandemic, a lot of businesses were shut down. A lot of people lost their jobs, not to mention those that actually lost their lives, and then families that are left to mourn, those whose lives were lost. So this have a whole lot of negative effects on people's mental health. So many people went into extreme state of depression as a result of the pandemic because they lost their job. In fact, the issue of being isolated from people you usually deal with on a regular basis, your colleagues, your families and friends, especially during the intense lockdown, it had a lot of negative effects on so many people's mental health. So in fact, during this pandemic, mental health really became a big issue that everybody should pay a huge attention to.
Thank you very much, Ebere Okonkwo, for joining us today on Current News Extra interview session to talk about leveraging technology to transform the mental health sector. Thank you, Ebere, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.